Chosen ones, get ready. Come on. We're gonna really approach this video a little differently because at the end of the day, perception is everything, right? What I focus on is everything. Shout out to Soul, man. Can't wait to meet you this year or next year. I forget when we coordinated, but we'll talk about it. Check this out. 2024 was a whirlwind for me. It was a year where I felt like I was so detached from, and it's really interesting. I'm gonna parallel a lot of things Soul said in his video because I can relate. Both Libras, both same age, basketball. Listen, I could feel my spirit, the light, dimming, the flame. And I noticed that towards the end of the year, which actually, let me say this. November, very productive, very on top, even into December. Towards the last couple weeks of December, it's almost like I just felt like the flame was dimming. I felt like, and really it's regarding, my livelihood, my business is slowing down. Things are shifting right now. And it's funny because I'm here and I'm monetized again when I didn't even, sorry about the window wipers, but I'm monetized again without even doing anything. Shout out to Drewski, Kai, and Kevin Hart. So it's like, it feels like the universe feels like me. You are the verse. This is your verse. But it feels like my higher self is like, that's it. No more. It's time to get into this. And ironically, I made a couple videos on TikTok about an hour before I even saw Soul's video. And I was talking about everything that has happened at the beginning of this year. I'm not even gonna discuss what they're doing, what they're trying to do, that it's all staged. How about just forget it all? How about not even tune into it, let alone talk about it? If I know that these guys are trying to deceive me because they're trying to take my energy through my emotions, especially empathetic people, that was really the topic that I was talking about. You really get into these videos and you get into the mainstream media. The media's like, oh, this blew up here, this blew up there. Oh, this is going on there. Not even just in our nation. Of course, last year, everything was over there, overseas, right? And getting back to me talking earlier about like losing my, feeling that losing my soul, feeling that, I didn't sign a deal, feeling that flame start to dim a little bit. And it was really because I'm tuning into all this mainstream shit. I'm looking at the drones, right? I'm looking, or the Dior bags, whatever they are. I'm looking at everything that's going on with, people talking about these certain people that you're not supposed to talk about or you get canceled. I'm looking at what's going on overseas, and that is going to take your soul away. You don't understand what this realm is. This realm is here to make you a battery, when in reality, you are a battery, but to charge yourself up. God is within you. I was really tested a lot with my faith even last year, just because I found myself, being around people, especially in the gym, that were really God, Jesus, Christian-based faith. And I don't want to really say that I started to waver within my spirituality, within what I know, within I am God, the kingdom of heaven is within. Shout out to Bill Donahue. I really am going to start. I was thinking today as I was tidying up my area, my space, getting, and I was listening to Bill, shout out to Billy D. And I was like, man, I'm about to start reacting with Bill Donahue on this channel because that's something that I do naturally. And, I don't study it to the point where I memorize it, but I know it all. It's all aligned in me. And when I play the video and we do a little watch. So all of this attention was taking my energy away because now I'm like, man, what is this world? And then, of course, why do you forget? Why do you forget that this is a game? This is a game. All of these little things, the Trump Tower with the Tesla truck, the thing in New Orleans, all of these things were not only premeditated, but were used so you can get out of your frequency. Everything is about frequency at the end of the day, right? And frequency starts where? It doesn't start with the food you eat. It doesn't start with the things you do. It starts in here. It starts with your perception. It starts with who you are. And a lot of people are forgetting that. right? A lot of people are thinking that if I tune into this stuff, or if I just scroll on TikTok, it's not gonna mess me up. Trust me, you have no idea. That's why you only have 10% of your conscious, and the subconscious, a lot of things. That's why it's so hard to change your subconscious, right? I was asking myself, because I did a lot of scrolling, way too much scrolling last year, and I just made it a new habit for myself to just get off of social media. But the funny thing is, I'm gonna end up being on social media. But I asked myself after I would scroll for 10, 20 minutes, what's one TikTok that you remember? I asked myself this a couple occasions. I didn't have any answer. Did you get anything? Did you get anything of value from these TikToks? Did you get anything? Do you have anything? That's nothing. Nothing. Don't get me wrong. There's a couple of TikToks here and there that are going to be like, hey, you know, you're going to see a soul, or you're going to see me, or you're going to see somebody that's trying to encourage you. But at the end of the day, it's all just dog feed, right? It's all just dog feed. So 2025 is going to be a year where we're really going to not only see even more behind the veil, but we're going to see a lot of our people. Luckily, you know, I feel real appreciative of my people, my close-knit circle. Everybody, you know, is going within, you know what I mean, and really understanding. You know, one other thing that Soul was talking about, everybody is victimizing. Everybody is, and this is what, let me calm down. And this is what I cannot stand. Listen, I'm gonna be quite honest with you. I'm not where I want to be. These last couple days, I've been, you can ask my mom, I've been moping. I've been hot and cold because I'm not exactly where I want to be, right? I'll be freaking darned, bro, if I go, this world sucks, everything's unfair. You know, this person in the past, you know, my father wasn't in my life, and you know, I never really got, you know, the lessons, or I never really wasn't, you know. And then somebody right next to me not only didn't have anything, they didn't have any family. They were outside in the rain right now. I was driving yesterday. Yeah, bro. I was driving yesterday, bro. And, you know, just, you know, thinking about my situation and stuff. And I looked to the left of me, bro. I seen this probably 2000, like year 2000 Camry, right? I think it was a brother or a sister in there. They had their do-rag on, and in the back of the car, I seen a pillow and a blanket. And meanwhile, right before I seen that, I'm all like, I'm in my own emotions and shit, and, you know, just trying to get myself aligned, you know, just telling that self in me that's like, hey man, what's going on? Like, oh man, we're not doing all, like, hey, don't worry about what it looks like right now. We got this shit. I know it doesn't look great right now, but I still feel it. And that's another thing. Even though that little flame went like this to this, I say this to myself, I said, I still feel it though. I'm gonna get emotional. I still feel that freaking flame, bro. I still feel it. So when I look to the left of me, woo, this is life. When I look to the left of me, I seen my brother or sister in their car. It didn't look like they were really happy. They were a little in front of me, and they had the pillow and the blanket. I was like, bro, you need to get your shit. You need to, come on. You need to tap in. You need to line your shit up. And this is what you have. You can either feed the dog in your mind that empowers you, or you can feed the dog in the mind that makes you depressed and feel like shit. It's your choice. You already made it through the garbage. The fact that you got health right now, you're able to walk, your fingers, you know when you get a cut on, the fact that you're able to breathe, you have nothing impeding. We're not looking at this right. And 2025 is the time we start to see it. We're gonna start to see it now. Because it's here. The sun's closer. That's where everything is coming from. The veil is thinning, which means The people that are good and the people that are bad are becoming more and more separate, which now you can see who is who. So for the people that are chosen, which we are all fucking chosen, and let me make this clear, we are all chosen. If you came into this realm, you are chosen, even if you're a bot. Now you're encouraging me to go, oh, that's not the one. So we're all chosen to a certain degree, depending on your perception. But let me just be a little bit more specific. The chosen ones that are here to spread love and light, that are here to encourage versus to discourage. It's game time. You ready? I don't even know if I'm ready. I don't even know if I'm gonna post this video. How many videos did I do in the last 4 months that I didn't even post just because, in fact, even today, I'm like, man, when am I gonna do a video? When am I gonna get back? When am I gonna go into here? And I'll be transparent, you know, part of the reason is because I picked the ball up so many times and I've dropped it or I've fumbled. That fucks with your confidence. Me getting on here and talking right now, I took so for granted ever since in my whole life. I've taken being able to talk and being able to express myself for granted. And now I'm so appreciative just because the last 4 to 6 months, it was so hard for me to make a video. I never made one because I didn't have that same vigor. I didn't have that same connection. That flame was here. And it's interesting to me because even just, you know, not too long ago, I was flonked out. And, you know, when I do envision, you know, the last couple days and like I have, you know, still moved forward. And that was the biggest thing that I did in 2024 to pat myself on the back. And you might have done this too. If you still here, you probably did this because no matter where I was, no matter how I felt, no matter, you know, whatever was in front of me or, you know, I still moved forward. And I'm still doing that right now. But now I'm moving forward with Source, with God, with my higher self. And the way that I can feel that is because the shit that I say gives me the chills. The thoughts that I think give me the chills. I almost shed a tear a couple times in this video because even me saying this, I don't really fully digest it. It hasn't fully hit me yet. But I'm here. My soul is here. And I'm letting that guy off, or that energy off the leash instead of leashing it up because I don't want to step on toes. I talked about Christianity and stuff. You know, there were people that I've grown up around. You know, a big brother, father figure type, you know, at this gym that I go to. I've been going to since I was young. I'm forever, but young. And these people are, you know, for lack of better phrases, Bible bumpers. And I found myself one day, you know, discussing, which then turned into a debate, which I then realized during that, I was like, hey man, I'm just here to share with you, just like you're sharing with me. I don't say what you're saying is wrong. So for you to do that to me, you know, I was being real respectful versus just saying like, bro, you're flunked out, bro. Good luck. I'll check you later. You know what I mean? We're going to leave worrying about whatever anybody else, because this is gonna pinch our hose. This is going to pinch our connection. We're going to leave. This is what we're going to do. Okay. And we're going to do it like this. Unless we are out of alignment and we are harming others intellectually or physically, we don't give a damn about what you think, especially when it comes to me and my movement. Unless I'm messing up, and I will be the first to tell you I messed up. Second, we're not on mainstream media. Why? I said this earlier in a TikTok today. Out of all the media that they show us on a percentage scale, what is inspirational and what is demoralizing? What is that's gonna help you and what is that's just gonna put you in a terrible frequency? It's about 90-10, which 90-10, 90% 10% yeah. That's the same thing that our brain and the religion I'm not even gonna get into that. Bill Donahue coming up soon. But we're gonna leave other people's opinions in 2024, right? 2025 hasn't truly started. 2025 truly starts next Monday. We're gonna leave the media, the mainstream media, any media that has taken us out of alignment, we're gonna leave that in the past. We're gonna leave it in the past, okay? And the last, but definitely not least thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna lean into those 4 agreements, okay? The one that I wanna say right now is be impeccable with your word. Actually, a couple I wanna say, always do your best. Even if your best looks like shit, always do your best. And then I guess I'll just go ahead and say the last 2 if I remember. I know, don't make any assumptions, okay? Which kind of goes back onto number 1. Stay with me, right? Number 1 was, who cares about anybody's opinion unless I'm out of alignment and bad, right? But don't make any assumptions. And what's that 4th agreement? They're all out of order. Impeccable with your word. Always do your best. Don't make any assumptions. And oh, I got the book right here. I got the book right here. Hold on. What's that last one? Hold on. Give me a second, y'all. This is real deep. This is real deep stuff. First take, too. Like, you don't understand. I was afraid to be back here. I was afraid how I was going to look. Let's just post it first, brother. Let's just post it. Don't take anything personally. If you do hear somebody to the left or to the right of you have a comment on what you say, your beliefs, okay. It's actually very empowering. Awkwardness is truly light coming to the surface, is discovery between somebody that's sure of themselves and somebody that's unsure. That's what awkwardness is. Well, you know, but yeah, don't take anything personally. Because if you don't do any of these things, chosen ones, then we're going to be on idle. Then we're going to die. Then we're going to go. And then we're going to come back because we did not fulfill our prophecy here. Okay? You don't have free will at the end of the day. You don't have free will. Right? And one great example of this is, say you're a basketball player. Well, can you free will yourself to say, all right, you know what? Now I'm going to be a figure skater. Now I'm going to be a gymnast. But what I'm getting at is, what if you don't want to inside? Oh, I'm going to be a soccer player instead of basketball. What if when you go do that, you're like inside of you, you're like, you've been doing it for a couple of years. I still rather play basketball. You understand where I'm coming from? We don't have free will. We need to tap into why we came here. We came down here on you can call it a mission. You can call it a journey and an adventure, but there's certain routes that we need to take in order for us to find that relic. And you want to find the relic, because finding the relic is God. Finding the relic is you. Finding your true self. It's like you were up there, or up around here. You're like, all right, when I get into this game, this is what I'm going to have to do. Okay, if I have to do this, I got to do this. Okay, I'm going to have to go through this way. And it's up to you to come into this realm to find it. And the way you find it is through your gut. It's not through just here. It's syncing these up, right? So as long as you take care of all those things that we listed off, so you got to rewind the video to talk about those things, because those are really the true things. And I can reiterate them all right now, but we don't need to do that. If you do those things, you won't even recognize yourself in the next 48 hours. You'll be like, what's going on? Like I'm doing right now. I'm not really doing it, but I will be in a minute. You got all the tools that you need. Now it's just how you use them. Really, you have the tool that you need, the most important tool that you need. You have it in your hands. You have it in your mind. It's your perception. It's your attention. Now, how are you going to use it? You're going to use it against yourself, or are you going to use it to encourage yourself? You're going to keep looking back and bringing this muddy ass past right here into the present? Or are you going to go, okay, like, stop being prideful. You're going to be, okay, yeah, man, okay, turn right there. We're supposed to make a left. Yep. Okay, fuck it. Cool. Learn, move forward. I don't care if you're 22. I don't care if you're 42. What do you want to do? You should already know the answer. You want to do everything you want to do, okay? Love and light to all, and to all love and light. Until next time, forever out. Peace.